Have you ever thought about like those few moments right when you wake up in the morning, before you're like really fully awake?
Yeah.
Most people don't even notice them, right? It's just kind of this blurry time where you're stumbling toward the coffee pot or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. It's easy to just dismiss it as like a groggy transition.
But what if I told you that that tiny window of time, that like in-between zone, could actually hold some crazy secret?
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
All right, so today we're going to deep dive into that weird little space, the 5 minutes before you actually fully wake up.
Okay. I've always been fascinated by those half-awake moments.
And we're basing this deep dive on a YouTube video, actually, from Quantum Wisdom. Have you ever heard of them?
I have, yeah. They do some pretty thought-provoking stuff.
Yeah, they really get into like the deeper aspects of consciousness and reality and all that.
Right, yeah.
And this particular video is all about what's going on in your brain and your subconscious during those pre-wake.
Fascinating. So we're working with a transcript then?
Yeah, exactly. A transcript of the video.
Okay, cool. I'm ready to dive in.
So by the end of this deep dive, you're going to have a whole new perspective on your dreams, your subconscious, even how you experience the world around you.
Okay, count me in. Let's do this.
All right. So the Quantum Wisdom video kicks things off by talking about this thing called the Hypnopompic state. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like a Harry Potter spell.
Right. But it's actually the scientific term for that hazy period between sleep and wakefulness, like when you're not quite in either world.
Right, like when you're kind of floating in that in-between space.
Exactly. And the video emphasizes that during this hypnopompic state, the logic of dreams can still kind of bleed over into your waking thoughts.
Yeah. I've definitely experienced that. Like those times when you wake up and you're not sure if a certain image or thought was from a dream or if it actually happened.
Oh, totally. Like, did I just hear someone call my name or was that part of the dream?
Right, exactly. And the video talks about how vivid these experiences can be. It's like those dream images and feelings are still lingering in your mind.
Totally. And then you have things like hypnic jerks or that feeling of falling. That can be pretty jarring.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the video points out that this is also a time when our brains are super suggestible. It's like the filters that normally screen out all the weird stuff are still kind of down.
So it's like your subconscious has more direct access to your conscious mind in those moments.
Exactly. And all those deep-seated emotions, symbolic imagery from your dreams, they can kind of bubble up to the surface more easily.
So that explains why you might wake up with like a random feeling of dread or anxiety.
Or the opposite. Like you could wake up feeling super inspired and creative out of nowhere.
Right, because it's like your subconscious is trying to communicate something to you.
It's a pretty fascinating idea.
Okay, so now here's where things get really interesting. The video goes on to talk about this concept of our brains rebuilding reality every morning.
Rebuilding reality. Okay, now you've got my attention.
So it's not just that our consciousness turns back on like flipping a switch. It's more like our brain actually has to reconstruct its entire perception of the world after spending the night in dreamland.
So like after being immersed in the often bizarre and illogical world of our dreams, our brains have to kind of reorient themselves to the waking world.
Exactly. And the video mentions that some scientists even believe that this process of rebuilding reality offers a glimpse into how our minds create the illusion of a stable external world in the first place.
Whoa, that's pretty mind-blowing. So like every morning we're basically waking up into a reality that our brains are actively constructing.
Pretty much. And that kind of ties into that feeling of having woken up from another world that a lot of people experience.
Yeah, it's not just a feeling. It's like our brains are literally switching between different modes of perception.
All right, so now let's talk about something that can be a little bit creepy, sleep paralysis.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. It sounds pretty terrifying.
It can be, for sure. So basically, sleep paralysis happens when your mind wakes up before your body does.
So you're conscious, but you can't move.
Exactly. And the video points out that this often occurs during that hypnopompic state we were talking about earlier.
So it's like that blurry boundary between dreaming and waking is playing tricks on us.
Yeah, and because your brain is still partially in dream mode, you might experience some really weird stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
Well, the video mentions things like feeling a presence in the room, hearing strange sounds, or even seeing shadowy figures.
That's creepy. Yeah, I can see why people would find that scary.
And the transcript even brings up the idea that maybe we're actually tuned into deeper frequencies of consciousness during sleep paralysis.
Deeper frequencies of consciousness.
Yeah, it's like the video suggests that our perception might be altered in those moments, and we might be picking up on things that are normally filtered out by our waking consciousness.
So like our senses are expanded or something.
Kinda. And the video also talks about how many ancient cultures actually view sleep paralysis as a gateway between worlds.
Like a portal to another dimension.
Well, not necessarily another dimension, but like a different realm of consciousness.
So like a place where the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinner.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so moving on from this slightly spooky stuff, The video also talks about the amazing mental clarity that we can experience in those few minutes before we fully wake up.
Yeah, it's like that sweet spot before the worries and distractions of the day start creeping in.
Right, like a moment of pure stillness and mental clarity.
Exactly. And the video suggests that this clarity is linked to the fact that our subconscious is still very active.
So it's like our intuition is heightened because we're not overthinking things.
Yeah. And the transcript even mentions that famous figures like Thomas Edison and Salvador Dali actually use this pre-waking state to fuel their creativity.
Really? So they were like intentionally tapping into that hypnopompic state?
Apparently so. They would take naps specifically to access those creative insights that come with that in-between state.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if I could do that.
You should try it. You've probably experienced this yourself. Like, have you ever woken up with the solution to a problem that you were struggling with the day before?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
It's like my brain worked it out while I was sleeping.
Okay, so let's get practical here. How can we actually take advantage of this secret window, as the video calls it?
Yeah. I'm ready to start hacking my morning.
All right. So the first step is to set an intention before you go to sleep.
Like a specific question I want answered or a goal I want to achieve.
Exactly. And then when you wake up, the key is to resist the urge to immediately jump out of bed.
It's going to be tough. I'm usually hitting the snooze button like 5 times.
I know. But just try to stay still for a few minutes and pay attention to whatever comes up in your mind.
So like any lingering dream images, thoughts, feelings?
Yeah. And the video suggests that you might get some pretty cool insights from those.
So our subconscious might be trying to communicate with us through those dream fragments.
Exactly. And because your brain is still super receptive in those moments, the video also recommends using affirmations and visualization.
So like repeating positive statements and visualizing my goals.
Yeah. Because that can actually have a stronger impact on your subconscious when you're in that hypnopompic state.
It's like planting seeds in fertile ground.
Exactly. And the video really emphasizes that even just a few minutes of conscious awareness during this time can lead to some really big changes.
Okay, I'm definitely going to try this.
All right, so now prepare to have your mind blown because the video takes a pretty wild turn here.
Oh boy, hit me with it.
What if our waking life is actually just another form of dreaming?
Whoa. Hold on a second. You're saying that like everything we experience in our waking world is just another layer of the dream?
The video explores that possibility. It mentions that various spiritual traditions and philosophers have proposed this idea throughout history.
I mean, I've definitely had dreams that felt more real than real life.
Right. And the video talks about things like deja vu and how those experiences might actually be glimpses into the fact that our waking reality is not as solid as we think it is.
So like maybe those weird moments of this has happened before are actually our consciousness recognizing a pattern from a previous dream cycle.
Maybe. And the video even goes so far as to ask, what happens when we finally wake up from this dream?
Whoa, that's a deep thought. So like what if we're all just characters in a giant cosmic dream?
And if that's the case, what does it actually mean to wake up?
Okay, so if we're following this line of thinking, it seems like waking up might be about more than just opening our physical eyes.
Exactly. It could be about expanding our consciousness and seeing beyond the limitations of our everyday perception.
So it's not just about being awake in the physical world, but being awake to a deeper reality.
Right. And the transcript actually connects this idea to the concept of higher consciousness.
Okay, so how does that fit in?
Well, the video points out that the act of waking up from sleep is just one example of how our consciousness can shift between different states.
Right? Like we can go from being asleep to awake to dreaming and back again.
Exactly. And the video draws a parallel to things like lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming while you're still in the dream.
So like what if we could achieve a similar level of conscious awareness within our waking reality?
Right. Like what if we could wake up to a deeper level of understanding about ourselves and the nature of reality?
It's almost like the video is suggesting that true waking up is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event.
Yeah, and it even brings in some science to back this up.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
So the transcript mentions that neuroscience research has shown that the brainwave activity during deep sleep, those theta and delta waves,
right,
well, they're actually very similar to the brainwave patterns observed in experienced meditators.
Oh, wow. So that suggests that deep meditative states might be accessing a similar level of consciousness as...
Exactly. And the video proposes that maybe those 5 minutes before we wake up could offer a glimpse into how to navigate these different states of consciousness.
It's like a hidden doorway to a deeper understanding of our own minds.
And the video ends with this really powerful question: are you truly awake?
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So basically what we're taking away from this deep dive is that waking up is way more complex than we usually think.
Totally. It's not just about opening our eyes. It's about expanding our awareness and questioning our assumptions about reality.
Right. And those 5 minutes before we fully wake up, they might actually hold the key to unlocking some incredible insights.
So next time you wake up, try to resist that urge to immediately check your phone or jump out of bed.
Yeah.
Just lie there for a few minutes and really pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, any lingering dream images.
Right. It's like a free daily medication session.
And you never know what you might discover. You might just unlock a whole new level of understanding about yourself and the world around you.
I'm definitely going to give it a try. Thanks for this deep dive. This was fascinating.
Absolutely. It's definitely something to think about. And who knows, maybe we're all just dreaming anyway.
Maybe we are. Sweet dreams, everyone.
All right, that's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.